Today, I'll be going over my favorite pickups of 2025 so far. Pieces I've been wearing this year that I actually think are worth picking up. I try to be intentional with what I buy, so everything included here is something I know will stay in my wardrobe for a while. We've got a good mix of footwear, fragrance, clothing, and we're even covering both casual and elevated pieces. So if you're looking for some solid additions to your wardrobe, or just curious what I've been into lately, let's dive into it. Let's start off with the Onitsuka Tiger Mexico 66. These have easily been one of my most favorite cops this year. What I love about these sneakers is the design has a classic vintage sportswear feel. I also love how slim and sleek they look on foot, not to mention the color is amazing. One thing I really noticed when first trying these on is they feel extremely light, but also pretty comfortable considering they're a very flat shoe. Personally, I'm not flat-footed, so I never really had an issue with this anyways, but if you are curious about initial comfortability, for me they passed the test. My motivation for purchasing these was pretty simple. I wanted a sneaker that wasn't as common as, say, a pair of Sambas or Air Forces, but let's be honest here, I'm not exactly ahead of the curve when it comes to purchasing these. I know at this point I'm pretty much behind, but that doesn't bother me anyways. I just wanted a sneaker that was outside of the typical things I would purchase. I also wanted a colorway that stuck out, so this time around I decided to try something new, step outside of my comfort zone, and purchase these. Another great thing about the Mexico 66, they are very easy to style. It's safe to say that I've been loving this new pickup, and I can't wait to see how I'm going to style it throughout the year. Next up, I finally picked up a new pair of prescription sunglasses. I picked these up from YSL Glasses and I've been loving them ever since. A couple things that I do really love about these sunglasses are the yellow tint lenses, the square frame, and also the tortoise design. As you can already tell from the glasses I'm wearing now, I do love a good tortoise design. Most importantly, I wanted something that looked good with both casual and more dressed up outfits, so I think that these met perfectly in the middle for that. They've also got this really sleek look, which works really well with the type of vibe that I usually go for. In my opinion, these can go with anything. I love wearing them with a button up or even just a crew neck if I want to dress them down. And I do think that adding something as simple as sunglasses can really change the entire vibe of an outfit, in my opinion, elevating a look. Now let's talk fragrances, specifically YSL Myself. I found myself reaching for this cologne more often than not because it's one of those scents that just works any time of the day. It's clean, it's fresh, it's masculine, all while not being too overpowering. And if you're wondering about the smell profile, I'm actually wearing it right now. YSL Myself is a mixture between woody and floral. It's got this vibrant and fresh opening, and that's due to the bergamot, and at the base, when everything settles, you have this nice woody accord, which I really enjoy. And the reason why I ended up choosing this cologne this year is that it's definitely different from your usual citrus heavy summer scents. This has a nice mix of both woody and floral notes, making it perfect for even casual or dressier settings. So it's safe to say that I pretty much wear this for any occasion, whether I'm going out to grab coffee, meeting with friends, maybe even on a date night. I think this is a pretty versatile cologne. Definitely one of my favorite scents so far. I've been loving it. Next up, we have the Waffle Sweater V-neck by Uniqlo. This was a last minute pickup, but it turned out to be a great one at that. Uniqlo is great for foundational pieces, but what really stood out to me with this one was the color. The sage green is definitely different from the usual neutral tones that I gravitate towards, but it's definitely subtle enough to still be versatile. Sometimes a bit of color goes a long way in making an outfit feel fresh, and this sweater does exactly that without being too bold. The fit is also very clean, it's not too oversized. I think this sweater will be perfect, especially in the spring when we have to deal with a little bit of that transitional weather where you're kind of moving between different climates throughout the day. So you could definitely layer this with either a basic tee or a button up. This is a very simple sweater, but with the texture, the color, and the fit, I think it looks amazing. And I do think it adds a lot to an outfit, even though it's one of the more simpler pieces. I did also want to mention that the sweater was a complete steal at $14.90. I'm not entirely sure if this is a promotional period for the sale because that's what I've been seeing on the websites, but I will say it has been that price for a while now, so if you're thinking about buying it, definitely do it before they run out of sizes. Last year, I was introduced to Proper Cloth and they've been delivering on quality with every single piece I've tried out. Proper Cloth sent me a couple items this year, which pretty much solidified the reason why I love their clothing so much. and this Portuguese blue striped seersucker button-up is no exception. Seersucker is a slept-on fabric. It's lightweight, breathable, and has this subtle texture that adds depth to an outfit. I also love that you don't have to worry about getting this shirt completely perfectly ironed out. I generally tend to travel a lot, and when you bring button-ups with you on vacation, you understand the struggle of having to constantly iron out your shirts. Now, the reason why I love Seersucker is they do a great job of hiding those wrinkles. You don't have to worry about getting every single little wrinkle flat and ironed out. Seersucker has this type of look that does a great job of hiding all those little wrinkles that, as we all know, can be a hassle to remove, especially when you're on vacation. It's a great piece to have in your wardrobe, especially when you're traveling. It adds that casual feel that while you're still looking to be put together, you can still feel dressed down. It's a great transitional piece if you find yourself out and about and just need something that's going to work throughout the day. I do love that I could wear this button up throughout most of the year, definitely in the spring. Not entirely sure how long I could wear this through the summer or into the winter, but I do think I could pull this off most of the year, which is great. One thing about me is I always love a good crew neck sweater, if that wasn't apparent already. This is Proper Cloth's cream merino cashmere ribbed crew neck sweater, and of course this makes a great layering piece, or you could even wear it on its own. It's a blend of merino wool and cashmere, which makes it warm but also lightweight, and the rib texture adds so much detail, definitely gives it a little bit of character. I do love a good crew neck sweater, but I also wanted something that felt a little bit more elevated, especially if you're comparing it to something like a standard cotton crew neck. The cashmere definitely adds this softness that makes it feel so luxurious, but it also doesn't feel too delicate, which is great. Especially if you're looking for something that's going to have longevity, this is important. I could definitely see myself putting together a variety of looks with this crew neck sweater, whether that be with pleated trousers, maybe loafers, jeans, and some sneakers. The great thing about the ribbed crew neck sweater is it's a nice cream color, making it super versatile and easy to style, which are things that I look for every single time. I can't wait to see the amount of ways I'm going to style this throughout the year. And next up we have the beige linen wide leg double pleated dress pant. Another thing about me, I love a good pleated dress pant, and the fact that this is linen on top of that just makes it the perfect spring and summer pant. These linen pleated pants are an absolute go-to. Linen naturally has that breathable, relaxed feel, but that pleat adds a little bit of refinement that just instantly make these pants feel elevated. I've always been really drawn to pieces that feel relaxed, but also structured, things that look effortless, but also are put together. And these linen pleated pants fit right into that. They give me the comfort of linen while also still having a very nice and refined clean silhouette. I think these would work great with a fitted tee, loafers, giving you that effortless summer look that we all know and love. And if you wanted to dress it up, you could also wear it with a lightweight button-up, kind of like the Seersucker button-up I just showed you earlier. I've really been reaching for these more often than not because they strike the perfect balance between casual and elegant. These pleated trousers might be the most underrated upgrade to my wardrobe. I've always liked pleated trousers, but finding something that has a wider leg that feels tailored and not overly baggy can sometimes feel like a challenge, and I think that these strike the perfect mix of not looking overly baggy, but still having a little bit of a wider leg. Putting style aside, wide leg pants have always been a lot more comfortable to me. They don't feel too restrictive. The fabric is heavyweight fresco wool, which has a really nice texture and drape. It holds up really well, moves naturally, and has a slightly matte finish that gives it this refined but still understated look. The wider leg gives it a more modern and fashion forward feel, but doesn't feel too trendy or over the top, and it really is a solid foundational piece that will last the test of time, and you don't have to worry about having something that's just going to feel outdated in the next few years. In my opinion, it is truly a classic item to have. And another great thing, it doesn't wrinkle as easily, which is something I find extremely valuable. So these are my favorite pickups of 2025 and all the pieces that I genuinely think are worth trying out, especially if you're in the market for something new. And don't forget, if you like watching content like this or just want to support the channel, feel free to subscribe, like the video. It definitely goes a long way. But if you are here just to view and hang out, I really do appreciate that too. So as always, I'll see you on the next one.